But now to get a little serious, because tonight is today has been very emotional, ups and downs, I'm sure, for everyone. I'm sure everybody's been talking to each other about where you were. Maybe you don't want to talk about it anymore because it's been 12 years. But I was in New York and was basically living my dream. I just was given the starring role in 42nd Street. I was the understudy. So those of you who know the story, it was Becky Sawyer. She is the understudy and she gets to take over the lead. Well, I got to take over the lead August 18th, I remember, 2001. And I was on cloud nine, as of course you can imagine. And then 9/11 hits. And I literally didn't know what to do. I almost thought being on Broadway was kind of pointless because, you know, here we are, people are burning downtown and we're going to dance in sequence. I didn't feel like getting my tap shoes on. And I remember when the producer called us and said, we're going back to the show. And I said, oh, I can't. How are we going to do this? And who are we going to, first of all, who are we going to perform for? No one's coming, no one could come to the city. And they didn't tell us who we were going to perform for, but they said, you're doing the show. We said, okay, this is our job. It's not a bad job. And we got into our tap shoes and got out there and knew there were people out there, that they'd papered the house. And curtain goes up and everybody's crying and mixed emotions, as you can imagine. And one of the dressers told me that they papered the house with the rescue workers and with the wives and the firefighters. Sorry, I knew I was gonna cry. We cried the whole show. It was one of those things where it gave you a new purpose, because the show, if you don't know 42nd Street, it is tap dancing, which what can make you happier than tap dancing? And they came to the show because they needed to get away. And I never really understood. I wasn't in a generation that did USO shows, meaning I didn't understand why Bob Hope would go overseas and perform, and I never really got that until I was in that show that night. And everybody came up to us afterwards and said, thank you so much for taking me away for 2 hours. And then I realized that was my purpose. It changed the show forever for me. And I never, still to this day, I don't think I've performed the same because of that night and because of what we did for that audience. And for me, really. So, this is a version that Christine Eversole, a friend of mine from that show, who I love dearly, did, and I'm gonna do it for you. Come along and listen to the lullaby Broadway, the Heidi and whoop-de-doo, the lullaby Broadway, the rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxis, daffodils who entertain, at Angelo's and Maxim's, when a Broadway baby says goodnight. It's early in the morning, Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. milkman signs me. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of hope.
Only at Don't Tell Mama Restaurant and Piano Bar every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Go to facebook.com/RyanBlacks88's for all the details.